Good night, or good day, or good noon, wherever it is that you may be around the world. I am Joneil German Alcop. Thank you for joining me. If you are streaming in here, then you are somebody who is waiting to try to put some parts of your life together or project together, and you're looking for some instructions as to how to do it to the best of your abilities. I'm Johnny German Alcop, and I am the author of the book, How to Achieve Goals Fast with Strategic Planning 10 Proven Tips for Success. And I love talking about goal setting and helping people to be empowered to move forward with the best of themselves in the goals that they're trying to achieve. Now, this stream is going to be fairly short, but I think it will be instructive. Because you could see from the opening screen that says the magic you are looking for is in the work that you are avoiding. It's because you are somebody who has some plans. You have some goals. I love talking about goals and plans and dreams and figuring out things. But what people miss is that that should be the impetus for you to now be sparked to move forward to do something. The imaginations are good. The dreams are good. The plans, even better. The deadlines. What are you executing? And what is the reason that is stopping you from executing? You're going to need to examine that. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it tonight. No outcome that you may be desiring comes to you without some effort. So you have all sort of plans, you have all sort of goals, you have all sort of things mapped out. But you can't reach to the next stage of what you want unless you specifically start to do each of the tasks that lead to another goal or objective that then comes to the full aim of the things that you're trying to achieve. How can it? How can it if you have not put it into practice, if you have not put it into play, if you have not caused it to become something? And what I want you to understand also is that as you're moving along, trying to put some effort in what you're doing, if you don't get the desired outcome, that means you have some sort of problem, you have some sort of challenge, you have something that is not quite how you hope it should be. And all that means is not that you stop or that you quit or that you turn into a basket case of worry and concern. It simply means that you have a challenge or a problem, and problems are meant to be solved. How you get to the solution is up to you. But many times, the solution is in doing the thing that you were setting out to do, and little by little, it is in doing that you figure out how to continue to do what you were hoping to do. Many people get stuck there. And then even after a solution is found, and after some things start to happen, you must know that many times when you're doing a specific project, especially if it's a major one or it has different sections to it, you will come upon parts of you that will fail. And what are you going to do with that failure? There's no greater adage than the person who reaches success by going through a series of failures. Many times people feel terribly and they They look, you know, bad to people, or they may even be laughed at or scorned. But how you get to success is going through that, picking up the pieces, figuring out how to get better, and then moving forward anyways. If you are trying to reach a goal and you have completed it without any sort of failure whatsoever, as if you are perfect, which nobody is, then re-examine the objective or the task or what you're doing. Just check to make sure that maybe you may not have aimed high enough, or there may be something else you can do to make what you're doing even more excellent. Or maybe it is that you miscalculated whatever target or metric you are using to measure the effectiveness of what you are doing. Because usually that means something is off. Now, I see this all the time, and people think that this is the point when something is occurring that is about to damage them. It's not. You aren't executing. This is a simple pictorial graph I tried to create to give you an idea of how everything you're doing through effort and then failure is a loop to get you back to more effort to get to your desired outcome. Now, everything that you're putting into the execution, into the action, is putting you to a point where you're being tested to how much you will be able to handle. The higher up you go in a series of administrative tasks or management tasks or whatever team work you're doing or whatever qualification you're trying to achieve or career goal you're trying to accomplish, the more difficult the series of failures and also how much more hurtful they will be. But you have to go through this phase where the effort, if you look closely, you see something saying effort and then it goes to a desired outcome. You hope that it goes quickly to the part on the left. But what will usually happen is that it does exactly what the graph is showing. It goes to a problem. And sometimes you're fortunate enough and you figure out the solution to the problem, and then you look back around to your desired outcome. But what usually happens is that a failure happens. And then you have to now try to find a way to overcome that challenge or to find a solution to that new problem. Try again. And as you could see from the graph, going all the way back around to another set of efforts. And then you hope that it now comes to your desired outcome. Many times, if it's not such a difficult task, it does. But what usually happens if it's a more difficult task is that it goes back to that same loop. More problems to solve, more failures to get through. Try it again until you do more effort to then reach your desired outcome. You aren't executing because you see your effort and presume that you just can't bother because this is too much. Why are you bothering when there's so much things that you're doing and nothing is happening? But what you haven't understood is what the greats understood. That they had to go through hours upon hours of practicing the thing that they were doing until they were more masterful at it, until they could succeed at it quicker. What you are doing, which you're not understanding, is that many times a man named Edison took 1,000 tries to fix up the electrical wiring to create filaments to make a light bulb. I have two different lights plus lights from a phone and a computer, because this man figured out how to add voltage to wires to then create light. Suppose he had stopped at the first or the second try and not realized he had to go on, and then Now we have a revolution of all sorts of light and all sorts of things happening in the world. And I could name numerous other examples of how the fullness of what you need to do is to break past fear, break past doubt, break past the pain, break past people laughing at you and thinking that you're just trying something and you look odd doing it. Break past your worry about self-criticism. Break past your worry about you not being good enough. Break past the odd feeling of of you're not being good enough with the failure and you're not sure yourself. Break past that, break past it, solve another problem, go through another failure, go with the grit and the fullness of yourself, be resilient, adapt, try again, try again, try again, try again until you get to your desired outcome. This is life. And if you have not understood this or you've never been taught this, I'm telling you in this juncture. And I also will be doing other series of discussions on a webinar that you can access by going to joneilalcock.com/finishstrong2025. Please register for that webinar and we'll go deeper into how you find ways to finish the things that you started or trying to accomplish despite how you feel, despite the obstacle in front of you, despite feeling the challenges, despite seeing the failures, despite seeing more issues and problems. It must come. The point of you doing it is to then figure out how to solve the problem that you know must come. So when you're about to do something, just presume a problem will come. Be resilient, adapt when you see it, and then move forward anyways. I hope to see you. But until then, whatever you're doing in your life, you have got to know that unless you try until the desired outcome, you're not going to see the desired outcome. Your problem is that you don't have goals and plans and dreams. The problem is that you're not trying. The problem is that you need to try some more and defeat the failures regardless of when they come and how you feel when those things are happening. Continue to execute because the result and the success comes at the end of a field of the failures that you thought would have defeated you. Keep going and do your best with the things that you have to do. Until I see you next time, remember to check out the link, joneilalcock.com/finishstrong2025 and keep pushing to the goals that you're trying to achieve. See you soon.